thank you so much for watching my income report. As you know, we have these reports every single month because my goal is to be transparent as well. And while I'm building my business, you can build yours and avoid a lot of the mistakes that I'm doing. So that's the whole point of these income reports, is to show you how I'm making money, but also behind the scenes and the transitions that I'm making with how I'm thinking and what I'm doing that's getting me the results that I'm getting. Okay, so before we dive into this April income report and how I made $65,242 last month, I want to say that if you are watching this right now and you are thinking, Haley, my business is like a madhouse. It's like a stress ball. Like, I am emotionally drained by the end of the day. What I really want is I need to know how to make money, how to make a consistent income. And if that's you, then I would really suggest you sign up for the free class, the free training that I've created for you on how to create consistent income without working or without adding more to your schedule, because that's the key. I don't want you to make consistent income if your schedule just keeps getting crazier, because that's not the whole point of this, right? So I want to help you cut your work week in half, and while automating everything that's making you money. And so if you want to know the system that we talk about there, just go to profitplanner.co/free. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and just dive in. I know you've already signed up for the free training. So now let's talk about what the crap happened this month. Because as you see, we doubled our revenue this month. We went, I think it was 32,000 in March, and we went to 65,000 in April. So how did we do this? As you know, let me go back to January or even last fall. Last fall, we plateaued. We sat at the mid 30,000 range for a while. And the reason why we did that is because I made a few bad hires, and I'm very transparent about that on the podcast. We had a major tech problem, and then going into January, we basically had to rebuild because everything was not working the right way. Things happen. That's business, right? And so that's what happened. And we took the first 90 days of this year to stabilize as we were making sales. So it was a very stabilized centric period of growth for us this last 90 days. And I had this plan in my mind that we were going to blow up in April. That was my plan of we would really hit it hard in April, and we did. We doubled our revenue, and it was worth every second of plateauing, the miserable plateau. If you are an entrepreneur, then you know what I'm talking about. Plateauing is it's like death. It's like entrepreneur death. And if you've been stuck at the same income level for so long, time and time again, it's draining, it's exhausting. You're like, what's the point of this, right? And so the difference between our plateau the last 90 days is I have had such a strong sense of purpose and leaving money on the table very, very strategically so that we could do what we did in April. It's always important for you as the business owner to have a long-term vision for your company. It's not your employee's job. It's not your team's job. It's your job. And if you don't have a team, it's not your customer's job. It's your job. You get to determine the growth of your company and how fast you scale. Like I always say, there is no speed limit to business. And so this is how fast I wanted to go in April. And so we did, because we were ready to stabilize and love on our customers. So here are a few of the key points that happened this month that helped me transition. One, God, my vision. Oh my goodness. If I realized, so you can get to six figures without a vision. I know some people say that you can't. You can. It's all about solving a pain point, one pain point of a customer's audience. And I launched Recurring Profit. If you followed me on Instagram stories, we launched Recurring Profit, and I'm going to get those people past six figures easily, without them having to really have a clear 10-year vision, right? They don't need that. They really just need to get their product to six figures first, and then we can craft the vision. And so, as you know, we scaled so quickly this year. This actually wraps up our first year of business, by the way. I'm going into year 2 this month. This is my first month of year 2. I cannot believe how fast we've grown and how much support. You guys have been amazing. Anyways, let me keep going now. So we wrapped up our first year, and as we were scaling, I just realized, okay, what does this look like 10 years from now? And and then, oh my gosh, this is going to blow your mind. Are you ready for this? This is going to blow your mind. This is a question that someone asked me when I was in LA. It was like near Venice Beach area. We were at this co-working space, and I was sitting down with him, and I was like, oh my gosh, his business is amazing. And I just asked him, he's like, how did you really craft this vision? He said, okay, listen, I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about what this is for you. He said, imagine you have a child right now and it's 2029 and you're looking back 10 years ago. So where things are right now. And you're telling your child this no longer happens in the world anymore. And the child is amazed. They're like, what? Like they can't even comprehend that whatever that is, it doesn't even happen. And you say, yeah, it's because of my business that's completely eliminated from the world. What is that kind of impact and change you want to make? And so for me, what my immediate thought was to this was, I want people to view work differently. I want people to work differently. So right now, a lot of my audience members that aren't inside the Profit Planner Lounge or still have mindset blocks around this, just truly believe that they have to work super hard and be miserable in order to deserve the money they get. And so I want to change the way people work, where they actually have a type of business that we use the SOA method to create the type of business that allows you to work when you want to, not because you have to. So we're switching the way people are working. Now, that was my immediate gut reaction. That's still not the root of my vision, and I'm still crafting that, to be honest with you. I don't have like a clear set in stone, like, yes, this is it, yet I will. And if I do next month, I'll just update you with on the next income report what that is. But right now, that's kind of my gut reaction to that answer. But I want you to think, what is that? And if right now you're thinking, I have no idea, to be honest, Haley, like I have no idea what my vision is, that's okay. You don't have to know, especially if you're not at six figures yet. Focus on your customer first. That's what I would always suggest. Focus on your customer, focus on those pain points. And then once you feel financially secure, because once you're at six figures, usually that's a financial security point, your mind will actually release things in a much better, healthier way, because you're out of that scarcity mode. That's what I believe. Okay, so that was a big thing for me is vision and figuring that out. Another thing, and I'm going to be super honest with you guys here too, you guys know, if you follow my Instagram stories, I was in California so freaking much this month. My goodness gracious. I was in California 4 times in 3-week period, on and off, going back and forth. Like, to be honest with you, it was exhausting. It was exhilarating, but it was exhausting. It was like an exhilarated exhaustion. Is that a phrase? Let's make it up now together. Exhilarated exhaustion. That's how I felt. And it was so amazing. Like, I got to be on stage at the Kajabi event with Amy Porterfield and Jen. And I got to meet so many amazing entrepreneurs and become friends with them. And oh my goodness, it was the best experience being on the Kajabi stage. And I'm so thankful for Kajabi for allowing me. I'm so honored that I got to be one of those people. Exhilaration. That's what Katharina came up with. Yes. Let's make that a phrase, although I cannot pronounce it. So it was amazing to be on the stage. And then I came back for another event, and then I came back for another event. I'm actually headed back to LA, literally a 24-hour LA trip this week. And I'm going there. And it messed up my routine. As you know, the first 60 days of this year, first 90 days of this year, I really hit my nutrition hard because on episode 99, I talk about food addiction and entrepreneurship and how that's what I've been struggling with, hardcore, and binge eating and how that affects business owners, especially Enneagram type 3s. We typically have binge eating issues. That's what I've noticed. I've done a lot of research on it. So that's been something that I was resolving. I really felt good about it. And then when I went on these California trips, as amazing as they were, I fell back into old patterns when I came back. and it was not healthy at all. And I hid it because I was so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh, everyone knows that this is a problem, so I can't show what I'm eating. And I stopped posting on Instagram stories as much. And I was ashamed of myself because I was like, man, I was doing so good, and now I'm not. And it's like, then you have the self-worth things, going on in your head and all these thoughts. And then it like drains you in the back of your mind, and it takes away from your business because your energy is going into all these things, like just all these things, right? And that was something that I dealt with this month that was a good learning lesson for me, because I had to realize, okay, Haley, not everything's going to be perfect. You got to put on your big girl panties, and you love traveling. You love meeting your customers and people, your audience members in person at events. Like, this is something that you're going to have to figure out. How can you have it all? How can you have a healthy lifestyle and travel? And that it's still hard for me. I'm figuring it out. Thankfully, I have an amazing nutritionist, Angel. Her Instagram handle is @NourishingEve. She's transformed my entire life. I'm not kidding. Like, if it wasn't for her, I think I would just cry all the time about this subject. But she gives me hope that I really can conquer binge eating and food addiction. So that's been really amazing. But I know a lot of you do struggle with this as well. I've gotten a lot of DMs that said, oh man, Haley, this is so me. I really struggle with overeating, and especially emotional eating, big time, because I'm hiding away from these stressful emotions from business, and I eat. For me, it's like life stuff. Like, if things happen in life, I go to pizza, or I go to fried rice, and it's not healthy. Like, people are like, oh yeah, like you have an ice cream bar. It's like, no, like I have 15 ice cream bars until I'm actually sick. And that's where it gets super unhealthy, because Enneagram 3s are very extreme people. And you guys know, like, I'm an Enneagram nerd, because Sarah Jane's one of my friends who runs the Instagram account Enneagram and Coffee. And I love having these discussions and thinking deep about how we react to things. And as a business owner, it is so freaking important to know these things, because if you know how you react to something. So for instance, I know that if I get stressed out in a part of my life, I immediately binge either Netflix or food in a very unhealthy way. Like, it's not like a joking thing. It's like, oh, Haley, yeah, girl, like, you need to stop. So if I know that about myself, if I immediately in the day with, oh my gosh, I need to go sit on that couch and watch Netflix, or I immediately think of that gray couch in my mind. I have a trigger couch in my house that I have to stay off of. I know that about myself, and I say, nope, I'm actually going to go sit on my Peloton. And this is what I tell myself, and I hope this helps you. So if I come home and let's say like I'm stressed or something about, I don't know, something that went on in the day, okay? And I come home, instead of sitting on that gray couch and immediately DMing my people on Instagram, which is what I typically do, and then I'll turn on the TV, and then I'll order fried rice, and then I'll binge it, and I'll get really sick. Instead of going that route, then I get on my Peloton. Now, this is what I tell myself. I like literally trick myself in my mind. I say, you just have to sit on the Peloton. You don't even have to turn it on. That's what I tell myself. And like, respond to your DMs on your Peloton, because as soon as you sit on that couch, it's a trigger and you'll go into that route. And then the next day, I don't have energy for my business because I've just drained my energy by binging. And so this is super important. And I think, your lifestyle and your business go hand in hand. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you have to be self-aware of how you react to stress and overwhelm and anxiety, because those are the kind of things that are going to hold you back from getting to that next level. And you are someone that has so much amazingness in your brain that needs to get put out in this world. And if you don't know how to react to yourself in those situations, you will never be as successful as an entrepreneur that you want to be, that I know you can be. And I'm saying this to myself as well. Like, I want to have a $100 million business. I want to build an empire. I want to impact the world. I want to change everything, right? Like, I have all these big dreams and big visions, but if I can't figure out how to avoid a gray couch and not binge eat because I'm stressed out, then I'm not going to get there. I know that. So I have to make myself think different thoughts and have different habits throughout my day. Okay, that was really vulnerable. I hope you're, yeah, mine is my bed equals instant sloth. Yeah, okay, so know your triggers in your life. Where do you go through? And by the way, I do want to say, I'm not saying that pizza and Netflix is bad, okay? For some people, it is. So for me, it's immediately a trigger. But for other people, like for instance, my husband, okay? Let's take Creed for instance. Creed is nothing like me. He's the exact opposite. He can eat pizza and watch Netflix and stop at any time. Like, it's not an addiction for him. I don't understand how he does it. Like, I literally cannot turn the TV off. It'll be 48 hours and I haven't slept or showered and I like can't turn it off. It's like this neuro pathway in my mind. It's crazy. But Cree can just turn it off and say, yep, I'm done. I'm bored. Like, what? So some people, it's not actually unhealthy. So be self-aware and know what it is for you. And there's always a root deep cause to that. Okay. Anyways, that was a counselor lesson, but I do think that this is a big thing that we need to keep aware of as entrepreneurs. And you guys know that I'm here for you in that way as well. And that's why I'm transparent and I'm vulnerable. Goodness gracious, I can't say that word. Vulnerable about these things because I know you guys listen to them and you think, how does this apply to my life? And it helps you on a day-to-day basis. And that's my goal. So, okay. Cool. Let's move on. So we talked about vision. We talked about Haley needs to stop doing what she's doing and sitting on the couch. And now let's talk about something really big. Are you ready? I'm changing everything. That was really dramatic. Okay, let me explain. So we are changing a lot of stuff. We're changing the profit planner brand entirely. And the reason why we're doing that is because I'm thinking about my future vision of my company. And just so you know, as I'm saying this, nothing is set in stone. These income reports are literally just an update on what's going on. So it could change next month. But as of right now, we're changing the brand profit planner. We're going to remove it. The reason why is because we have entrepreneurs that are coming in, and if they don't watch my training, they don't understand how a profit plan helps them. And so I get things like this all the time. Oh, is this an accounting method? Or is this related to Profit First, Mike's book? I'm like, no, I love Mike, but like, no, it's not related to that book. And then I don't see any physical planners on your website to shop for. Where are they found? Can I give the shop link? I'm like, no, we don't sell physical planners. So that's something that immediately comes to people's mind, and it's not a scalable brand. And I know that, but I didn't know that until this month. And I was like, yeah, I was fighting it so hard, guys. I was fighting it so hard, but I know we have to transition. And so actually, you guys helped me create the new potential name of this brand. And the potential new name is called Scalability. So we're actually getting trademarking rights right now, and we're going through the legal process of everything. But Scalability, because this is a scalable brand, but also scalability through scalable productivity, basically. And we want to really niche down in the productivity arena because that's what we do. Like I got to stop fighting it. And this is something that, if this is just an entrepreneur thing, right? Like, you're really good at something, but you fight being known for it. It's like, I am really good at productivity. I am amazing at productivity, and I need to be known for productivity. And right now, we talk more about making money, when in reality, yes, like in the Profit Planner Lounge, it's a very sales-oriented program. It is. It definitely is. But it's sales-oriented productivity where you're cutting your work week in half and being very, very specific on how you're making money. Instead of, ooh, let's do this Instagram story method that's going to give you 10 new clients in 30 days, right? Like, it's not that. But also you can get that result, but it's in a very unique way using the SOA method. So we're figuring out our messaging and positioning on that. But I do want to let you know we're transitioning away from Profit Planner. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated as we know more, and I'll make an official announcement. But, everything's up in the air, which is, it's a lot of anxiety. Because I'm someone like, I just want everything set in place. I just want everything to click, and it hasn't clicked yet. And that's really stressful for me. But you know what? It's fine. Okay, Melissa says, love scalability. Awesome. Yeah, okay. And you guys made that up too. Like, I didn't even make up the phrase scalability. You did. And I was so excited when you, yeah, anyways, I love that Instagram live. We had people hop on and stay for an hour to help me name. And we came up with that right as Instagram was timing me and about to kick me off of the platform because I've been on live video for too long. And then someone says scalability. I was like, yes. So, yeah, that's what we're kind of going with now, but I'll give you an official announcement once we have everything set in stone. Okay, and then we launched Recurring Profit, which is our second product. If you guys have followed along, we've had a $500,000 brand in 1 year. Now we are launching our second product. So we've done that type of brand off one product for 1 year, and that's what I recommend you do too. Focus on one thing. And then we launched Recurring Profit, which specifically helps service-based entrepreneurs phase out their clients using an evergreen funnel with a course or membership site, and it gets them to consistent 10K plus months. And it's a 12-month group coaching program. In 60 days, you have your evergreen funnel up, and then the rest of the 9 months, we scale, and by month 6, you have 10K. So consistent 10K pumping out. So that's my goal for Recurring Profit. Man, that launch was awesome. It was a very behind the scenes launch, and people that was really just like willing to take it seriously. It was very, very important to me. And this is a very different launch than what I've usually done, but it was very important to me that the people that were in here were really committed. And so the people that didn't come in, like, it was like, okay, you probably would have messed up my stats. So it was more of an abundance mindset of, cool, yeah, I think it's a good thing that whoever didn't come in, and whoever did. Because so my plan is 100% of the people that come in get to consistent 10K months by month 6. And that's something different than I've ever done. And I'm really excited about it. Like, I've never done a program like this to where I am so, like, I'm reviewing things every week for them. We had a product last year that was more of a DIY version. And that was great. And I did weekly calls, but like, this is going to be so accountability heavy to where if you don't complete your homework, then we're going to follow up with you and tag you and say, hey, I love you, but like, what are you doing over there, girlfriend? And I'm really excited about that because I think with that accountability factor, we're going to actually get people way bigger results. And I know this is going to change people's lives. Like, this changed my life. Like, my evergreen funnel took me from 0 to 36,000 a month in 6 months. I quit my job. I retired my husband this year. Like, my husband, literally his last day of work is in 2 weeks because of my evergreen funnel. Like, it's amazing what an evergreen funnel can do. And I'm really excited to share this with people. So I don't know how big we're wanting to scale the program. So I know I'm going to get a lot of people that are going to reach out about this because I know I did not make it very public on the podcast. So for people listening on the podcast, they're probably like, you didn't even mention this. Like, I'm sorry. But if you want to DM me on Instagram, I can put you on a wait list for sure. But I don't know how big we're wanting to scale this. We're wanting to keep it kind of small. That way I can review everyone's things and get them big results and focus on that. Okay, that's our major updates this month. I know that was a lot, and I want you to think, how does all of this apply to you? And what does this mean for your business? Like, how can you avoid some of the things that I avoided, like the couch trigger, for instance, and the clarity around your vision, and what is that one thing that you want to scale and not deterring from that? Like, those are the kind of things that I'm thinking about right now, just so you can get an update. So let's dive into how the heck I made $65,242 last month. I'll break down the income amounts so you can see. So the Profit Plano Lounge, so Katharina says, will the Profit Plano Lounge change to the Scalability Suite then? So great question. So it'll probably change to the Scalability Lounge, potentially. I hate saying that in a public way because we are not 100%, but these income reports are transparent, so you're just going to see behind the scenes. And honestly, it's a little bit messy right now. Not messy, but unclear. We're just brainstorming the best possible solution right now. Yeah, but potentially the Scalability Lounge. We'll see. You guys can just stay along with the process. So it'll be fun. So let's see. The Profit Planner Lounge, our membership, made us $32,901 last month. So we made $32,901 from the Profit Planner Lounge. So basically, what ended up happening, as you can see, is we matched last month's income with the total income from our membership site. So that made it pretty easy to just do profit stacking basically on top of that. And then recurring profit last month we made $29,844 from that. And then I had consulting sessions that totaled to $2,197. We offer like a profit accelerator call for $950 where I can basically become your business partner for 2 hours. So that's what that income's coming from. I really love these calls because I can dive deep into people's businesses and it helps me understand what you guys need more as well from me. So it helps me create better content, and yeah, so I love those calls, and that's what that is. And then we have like $300 for affiliate income, and that totals to $65,242 right there. So that's like the breakdown of how we made money. We really pumped into our membership site this month, which is a little bit comical since we're changing everything now, but I think it's for the better. Honestly, I know we can hit the ground running. I know we can be like, I was on a call with someone last night and they said, it was Scott. So Scott told me, he's like, okay, Haley, like you can be at multi-million next year if you wanted to, but the problem is you don't know how you want to get there. I'm like, no, that's totally right. I know the how. Well, I know the how. And even if I don't ever worry about the how. It's more of the, where am I even going? Like where is this ship headed? Like, I know I love helping people and I know I love my current people. I want to impact more people. And then right now, I'm figuring out the best way to get there. So I'm investing in mentors to help me. Like, for instance, I'm flying up to LA in 2 days. I was on the call with Scott, and like, we're going to have a half day with my business and deep dive into my multi-million-dollar business plan and things like that. So I'll keep you guys updated on Instagram stories. If you're ever wondering about behind the scenes and how everything works, I do post on Instagram stories as much as possible if you guys are curious about that. But yeah, that's my monthly update for April. I am excited that we got to chat about this. And again, if you right now are at the point of your business where you just feel like you're overworked and way underpaid and you're not making the amount that you should for the amount of hours you're working, then I would really suggest you sign up for my free training. I'm not kidding. You need to go sign up. It's specifically over how to create consistent income without adding more to your schedule. Your schedule is already so insane. You want to be present with your kids. You want to have time to work on passion projects. I get it. Let's change it together. I want to show you how to run your business in a way that allows you to work when you want to, not because you have to. And that's so crucial to running a business that you actually love and actually like fuels what you want in life. Like, you're not trying to run a business that doesn't light you up, right? That's not fun. So yeah, let's chat about a very specific strategy called the SOA method, where we can systemize, outsource, and automate everything that's making money in your business. That's what we want. Okay, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will, I'm sure, talk to you later in the Instagram DMs, because that's where I hang out with all of you the most. Bye.